Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. On the 13th of this month, Valve implemented Steam Direct in replacement of the failed Steam Greenlight system, which had become a cesspool of asset flippers and scum developers. People who thought it was perfectly acceptable to post a pre-purchased asset package or even a stolen one onto the Steam storefront. Others thought it perfectly acceptable to spend 15 minutes within the Unity engine and then post their very first attempt at a video game and sell it as a professional product. Of course, a great many people took severe exception to those greed-motivated ideas, and entire Steam groups sprung up around the idea of consumer awareness and protection. Groups like Guardians of Greenlight and Digital Homicides, to name a couple of the more prevalent examples. And for the longest time, YouTubers like myself, Jim Sterling, Lord Crocosquirrel dug through the trash heap that was the Steam Greenlight system in order to find worthwhile gems and warn people away from the never-ending flood of slime and sludge that trickled out of the underbelly of Valve's pipes. Thinking for a while that Greenlight was the disease, it turned out to be merely a symptom of a much larger problem. It seemed that asset flippers and these scum developers who used every dirty trick in the book to get their games onto the Steam storefront did so for one reason: for the trading cards. With the use of entire farms of bot users, these asset flippers would generate a nearly endless supply of keys for themselves to feed their harvesting bots in order to generate trading cards. They also would generate tens of thousands of keys for sale on the gray market both in Russia and countless other countries for pennies on the dollar. These Steam trading cards were then used in a variety of ways to generate far more income than they would ever garner from selling their crap games by themselves. I had somehow deluded myself into thinking that my short-lived series Asset Flippers would die of natural causes along with Steam closing the valve on Greenlight. And you have my apologies for the horrific use of puns. I will try to refrain. But sadly, I was merely deluding myself. In a previous episode of Asset Flippers, I had covered Crimson Duck, an asset flipper who had gotten a staggering number of pre-bought Unity assets onto the Steam storefront and had seemingly gotten away with it for quite some time. The video sparked its usual amount of attention, and enough comments were posted on the game, including more than one written review, including one of my own. Only those who truly don't care would even consider purchasing those games. A short while later, Crimson Duck had disappeared from the Steam storefront along with every last one of their asset flips. I was unable to verify whether Valve had removed them or if Crimson Duck had inexplicably removed their own asset flips in order to slink quietly away, having farmed out their games. And with the new Steam Direct, people were pessimistic but hopeful such garbage wouldn't so easily return. Well, it appears those hopes were in vain. Say hello to Crimson Duck, returned from the grave and with 5 new titles on the Steam storefront. 3 of these I instantly recognized as the same asset flips they had before, but it seems we also have 2 new ones as well. So let's introduce the first birthing of asset flippers through Valve's new and improved Steam Direct, shall we? First, we have Rage Parking Simulator 2017, except it's simply Rage Parking Simulator 2016, which they were selling on their Steam storefront previously, except it's still not. It's actually a pre-bought Unity asset package by the name 2D Parking Simulator by Looney-Bits. Secondly, we have Slingster 3, which is a continuation of Slingster and Slingster 2, except it's also a Unity asset that goes by the name Super Platformer 2D, a complete Unity project by BitBoys. Third up on our list is Torch Cave 3. Yes, there are indeed now 3 of these abominations out in the world. The Torch Cave series is Mr. Mustache's Jump and Run, a depreciated, meaning no longer available from the Unity store, asset package by Rickard Olsen. And there are 2 more: Break the Wall, a basic physics game, and CLICKEY, which looks about as exciting as it sounds. I have not been able to locate the Unity packages for these 2 games yet, but given the fact that literally every title produced by Crimson Duck was an asset flip, I see no reason why they would take a drastic departure from previous actions and suddenly start actually developing something. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here is our first look at the future of Steam under the new Steam Direct system. Asset flips being posted onto the Steam storefront unchecked and most likely unstoppable. Cash cows waiting to be had, assuming you pay your fee up front. Look on my works, ye mighty in despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.